How's it going, everybody? Solo Black 313 Rise and Ride coming at you. I hope everybody's having a great day. I know I am, because it's Thanksgiving 2023. Yep, we've made it through another year. All right, well, let's get into it. As you know, in one of my previous videos, I asked you guys to give me a little help on an issue I was having with the Gixxer. And I got a lot of good comments. Show stealer right here. I got a lot of good comments about what could possibly be the problem. They range from, like, I'm thinking fuel delivery problems, like maybe clogged injectors, a dirty gas rail, could be a spark plug issue. Some people say the wires could be loose, or one of the spark plugs could have backed out, or some couldn't be tightened. I did just put those spark plugs in, probably about 500 miles ago, and it's a possibility that I didn't tighten some up. But a friend of mine called me who lives in Detroit, Michigan, like I do, and he saw the video and he was saying, well, Kenny, it could be your throttle position sensor. That could be one of the issues, and I didn't think about that at all. I'm not saying that's the problem. I think it's a fueling. I really do. I think it's fueling, but I'm not a licensed mechanic, and whenever I fix something, I try to go to the simplest and work my way to the hardest possible problem that it could be. To check the TPS is not a hard thing to do. It's harder for me to check the TPS and start there and then work backwards to something harder, as opposed to taking the gas tank off, taking the seat off, pulling the air box on the Gixxer, and then pulling the fuel rail, cleaning the fuel rail, and cleaning each individual injectors. Now, I'm not saying I shouldn't do that also, but I'm going to take my friend's advice and start with the throttle body positioner sensor, the throttle body position sensor, because that's just the easiest thing for me to do. It's simply just loosening that throttle body sensor up, and then watching your gauge, after you put it into dealer mode. So I'm not gonna get too far. So that's what we're gonna do today. Today, like I say, once a day, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're gonna go over to the storage garage, and we're going to test the TPS to see if that might be the problem or one of my problems in many. All right, so I'll see you guys over at the storage garage. Say bye. Bye-bye. All right, guys, we're at the storage garage, so we're going to get started. We're going to find out if the TPS sensor is off kilter. So the TPS sensor is loaded on the right side of the bike, and I'm going to bring the camera in and give you a close-up shot of what the TPS sensor looks like and where it's located, if you don't already know. Okay, I got as much light on the TP sensor, the TPS, as I can, and it's located right below the air breather on the, I got my finger here, right-hand side, and that's the TPS right there. So what we're going to do now is we're going to find out if it is within spec, and there's another process to find that out. Okay, guys, if you have a Haynes manual or any other service manual for your bike, the 2001 to 2003 GSXR600, the manual will tell you that the dealer mode plug is located somewhere behind the battery. But I looked for mine and I couldn't find it, but I found it in the trunk of my bike. So here's the plug you're going to want to put in dealer mode to check the TPS sensor. You'll have to remove this cap. Okay, once you remove the cap, you're going to have to short these two wires out. You'll have a white with a red tracer, and then you'll have a black with a white tracer. So we're going to short these two out. So to short the plug out, you're going to stick one end of a wire here and another end of the jumper wire here, making a good connection, and then that has shorted out the dealer plug. Next, we'll go up to the ignition and to the dashboard. Okay guys, I'm going to insert my key and then turn the bike on. Now when I turn that bike on, this screen should show 3 digits, and those digits will be 0. There will be a line to the left of the last 0 on the left, and it should be in the middle. Let's see what goes on. Bingo bango, there it is. If you can see right there, you have the digits. You have a C00. But notice the dash by the C to the left of the C. That dash should be in the middle of the C, not at the top and not at the bottom. My friend called it out right. Now, I'm not saying that's all of my problem, but I just found a problem, and we're going to handle that problem. Now, the TPS monitors the air intake into the engine. That's the purpose of the TPS. We got to bring that dash and put it right in the middle of that C right there. So let's get started with that. Okay guys, to adjust the TPS, you're going to need a Torx bit and not a regular torque bit. You're going to need a torque bit with the hole in the middle, and that's called a security torque bit. So yesterday I went to Ace Hardware and I picked up a set of torque bits. Now, I was looking for one and they had one, but the price of one torque bit I think was like $6. And what I did is I bought a set of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I bought a set of 9 different torque bits. Out of the 9, they gave me 2 T25 security torque bits. That's what you're going to need to loosen the screw on the TPS to get those that hash mark aligned in the proper place. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to adjust the TPS. Okay guys, I gave you a bit of wrong information as far as my particular 2003 Suzuki GSX600, and that is in the T25 Torx. Okay, mine doesn't take a T25, mine takes a T20. So I had to go back to Ace, and what I did is I had to pick up a set of L-type security Torx. And once again, mine is not a T25, mine is a T20. Okay, now let's get back into adjusting the TPS. Okay guys, now we're going to loosen up the TPS Torx bit screw. We're not going to take it off. We're just going to move it over slightly to adjust the setting on the dashboard. Get this in here. Okay. Let me see if I can move that a little bit and see where it takes us as far as, I need to loosen this up a little more. It's really hard to get in here. So we're going to loosen this up a little more. Like I say, you don't want to take these screws out. You just want to have them loose enough so where you can slightly, ever so slightly move this TPS sensor to align the hash to its proper location. Okay guys, you can see that now that I have moved the TPS ever so slightly, that hash has dropped down to the middle part of the C where it is supposed to be. As you remember, it was up here, now it's in the middle, and that's exactly what we want. We want that hash to be right in the middle of that C, and it's still reading C00, which means we have no other faults. that looks like that's a wrap. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten the TPS back up. Like I say, when you do this, don't take those screws out, just loosen them so you can manipulate and move the TPS. All right, give me 1 second, I'm gonna tighten this up. Okay, we're going to remove our jumper wire and put the cap back on. Okay, that's how you set the TPS. I hope this video has helped somebody out. It's Thanksgiving. I have places to go, so I didn't get a chance to ride the bike, but I do feel good knowing that at least the TPS is set properly. Like I said earlier, I don't know if that's going to solve my stuttering problem, but that's one more problem out the way. All right. If this is your first time to my channel, I'm Solo Black 313, and I always say rise and ride. I want you guys to have an awesome Thanksgiving, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel, it'll be a great time to subscribe to the channel. That way you can keep up with the progress of all my projects, all my bikes, and everything else I'm doing. All right, I want everybody to have a happy Thanksgiving. This is Solo Black 313, rise and ride. I'll get with you the next time.